Hello everyone, welcome to LBS IS Academy. Today we are going to discuss history MCQs based on previous year UPSC questions. So let's start our session. Our first question is, who of the following founded a new city on south bank of a tributary to river Krishna and undertook to rule his new kingdom as agent of a deity to whom all the land of south of river Krishna was supposed to belong? Options are Amoghavarsha I, Ballala II, Harihara I, Prataparudra II. Here, answer to this question is option C, Harihara I. In 1336, Vijayanagar kingdom was established by Harihara I and Bukka, who were two brothers and served in the army of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. They broke away from the Delhi Sultanate and established an independent state in Karnataka and established the capital city Vijayanagara on the banks of river Tungabhadra in 1336. Harihara and Bukka were helped and inspired by contemporary scholar and a saint Vidyaranya for the establishment of their kingdom. Vijayanagara Empire was ruled by four important dynasties, namely Sangama, Saluva, Tuluva and Aravidu. In 1336 AD, Harihara I became the ruler of Sangama dynasty. He captured Mysore and Madurai. His initial military exploits established his control over the valley of Tungabhadra river, that is a tributary of Krishna, and gradually he expanded his control to certain regions of Konkan and Malabar coast. In 1356 AD, Bukka I succeeded Harihara I. So here answer to this question is option C. Who of the following organized a march on the Tanjore coast to break salt law in April 1930? Options are V.O. Chidambaram Pillai, C. Rajagopalachari, K. Kamraj and Andy Besant. The answer to this question is option B, C. Rajagopalachari. When Gandhi led the Dandi march to break the salt law in 1930, Rajagopalachari carried out a similar march at Vedaranyam in Madras Presidency. He was arrested in April 1930 for leading a salt march from Trichinopoli to Vedaranyam on the Tanjore coast. He participated in Gandhi's non-cooperation movement. He was also jailed for 2 years in Vellore in 1920. After his release, he opened his own ashramam to promote Gandhi's principles of Hindu-Muslim harmony and the abolition of untouchability. He was also a proponent of Khadi. He was also involved in the Vaikam Satyagraha movement against untouchability. In 1939, Rajagopalachari took a step to abolish untouchability and caste prejudice and issued the Madras Temple Entry Authorization and Indemnity Act. Through this, Dalits were allowed to enter inside temple. He also became the editor of Gandhi's newspaper Young India. But during the Quit India movement, Rajagopalachari opposed Gandhi. He believed that British were going to leave the country eventually, so launching another satyagraha was not a good decision. So your answer to this question is option B. Consider the following statements. The first woman president of INC was Sarojini Naidu, that is incorrect. The first Muslim president of International Congress was Badruddin Tyagi, that is correct. Which of the statement given above is or are correct? Here answer to this question is option B, statement 2 only is correct. INC was established in 1885 by a retired civil servant, Alan Octavian Hume. First president of INC was W.C. Banerjee, and the first woman president of INC was Annie Besant, and the first Muslim president of INC was Badruddin Tyagi. So your answer to this question is option B. Partition of Bengal made by Lord Curzon in 1905 lasted until. Options are the First World War, when Indian troops were needed by British and partition was ended, that is incorrect. King George V abrogated Curzon's Act at the Royal Darbar in Delhi in 1911, that is correct. So here answer to this question is option B. As per Curzon, after the partition, the two provinces would be Bengal, that is including modern West Bengal, Odisha and Bihar, and the other one is Eastern Bengal and Assam. Because of the mass political protest across India, King George V abrogated Curzon's Act at the Royal Darbar in Delhi in 1911. New provinces were created based on linguistic lines rather than religious lines. Bihar and Orissa provinces was carved out of Bengal. Bihar and Orissa became separate provinces in 1936. A separate Assam province was created. The capital of British India was moved to Delhi from Calcutta in 1911. Despite the annulment, the partition did create a communal divide among Hindus and Muslims of Bengal. So your answer to this question is option B. The 1929 session of INC is on significance in the history of freedom movement because of. Options are Attainment of self-government was declared as the objective of Congress. That is incorrect. Attainment of Purna Swaraj was adopted as the goal of Congress. That is correct. Here, 1929 session of INC, that is Lahore session, is famous because of the declaration of Purna Swaraj. The International Congress on 19th December 1929 passed the historic Purna Swaraj, that is total independence resolution, at its Lahore session. In this session, members agreed that the Congress and Indian nationalists should fight for Purna Swaraj, or that they should rule itself entirely independent. The President of Congress hoisted the flag of complete freedom on the bank of the river Ravi on the midnight of 31st December 1929 in front of huge crowds. So her answer to this question is option B. What were the objectives of Queen Victoria's proclamation in 1858? Options are to disclaim any intention to annex Indian states, that is correct. To place the Indian administration under the British Crown, that is correct. To regulate East India Company's trade with India, that is incorrect. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. Here answer to this question is option A. Statement 1 and 2 are correct. Queen Victoria's proclamation of 1858 aimed at ending the rule of the company and transferring all the powers to British Crown after the 1857 revolt. Hence statement 2 is correct. It is aimed at improving the administrative machinery of supervision and control over the Indian government. Hence statement 3 is not correct. Its objective was to disclaim any intention to annex Indian states. Hence statement 1 is correct. The Governor General of India was given the title of Viceroy, who became the representative of British Crown. So here answer to this question is option A. The Radcliffe Committee was appointed to. Here answer to this question is option C. Delimit the boundaries between India and Pakistan. Sir Cyril Radcliffe was made the chairman of two border commissions, one each for Bengal and Punjab, in June 1947. Each commission had 5 members. Sir Cyril, 2 members nominated by Muslim League and 2 members nominated by Congress Party. Sir Cyril was asked to complete the demarcation by 15th August, but the final result was published only on the 17th. This borderline is today the international boundary between India and Pakistan on the western side and between India and Bangladesh on the eastern side. Sir Cyril was a neutral man in the eyes of British, and he could not be partial either India or Pakistan, as he had no prior knowledge about India or the conditions here. This was one of the reasons behind his appointment. So the answer to this question is option C. Ghadar was a options are Revolutionary Association of Indians with headquarters at San Francisco, nationalist organization operating from Singapore, militant organization with headquarters at Berlin, Communist Movement for India's Freedom with headquarters at Tashkent. The answer to this question is option A. A transnational political organization called the Ghadar Party was started by Indian expatriates in the early 20th century to end British rule in India. However, the movement gradually extended to India and Indian diasporic groups worldwide. The early Ghadar movement was founded by conspirators who resided and worked on the western coastline of USA and Canada. The official founding has been dated to a meeting on 15th July 1913 in Astoria, Oregon, with the Ghadar headquarters and Hindustan Ghadar newspaper based in San Francisco. So here answer to this question is option A.